Okay, we're going to start with the nation. Tinubu, remedy for subsidy, withdrawal hardship soon. Investors' confidence now boosted by Nigerian exchange, actually. Federal government states to partner on electricity. Our next move against Russia by G7. Ladoja takes on Makinde Olubadan, Oba's overstool. CBN directs payment of dollar receipts in naira. Vandals remove fittings on Second Niger Bridge. And Nigeria fully redeems $500 million Eurobond.
Oh, okay.
Okay, which story are we starting with? The nation?
All right, so the Central Bank of Nigeria yesterday gave a directive to international money transfer operations. And they are saying that you have to pay, that dollars received through diaspora remittances to domestic beneficiaries would now be transferred in naira if it's an option that you want. So I do business and I have most of my clients abroad who send me dollars. And I realized, excuse me, and I realized that when I get to the bank, they insist that I get them in dollars. And sometimes it's just small money, $50, $100 here and there. But now CBN is saying that you have an option to either take the dollars or you want your money given to you in naira. This would be beneficial to especially small businesses like myself and other people right now.
Because it's floated, so because we
yes,
like it before.
Yes.
Different dollar, I mean, a difference in the
yes, yes. So now we're going to get it. And they made a list of, transactions and banks that have an opportunity to do this. They said Western Union, World Remit Limited, that's platforms, Cashport Limited, eTransact International Limited, Lead Remit Limited, Flutterwave Technology Solutions Limited, InterSwitch Limited, Bellyfet Limited, Cape Remit UK Limited, Chime In, Sendwave, Colony Capital Limited, Comet Trading, and quite a number of them. Why I'm mentioning it so that you know the options that you have. I use Sendwave most of the time, and now I'm able to get it
so the major headline in Nation, the president met with his class of 1999. Those are the other people with the governors during his own period. And it was an interesting meeting where he was said that, he's committed to, my commitment to that democratic value is unwavering. I am overwhelmed and honored by your numbers that are here. I have an open door policy. You are my advisors. So he's asking that they will continue to be his advisors. And he used that opportunity to approve 500 billion naira palliative for palliative cash for the subsidy removal. I don't know how that will be disbursed, but I think that in coming weeks we will understand the process. But he also said that he emphasized that electricity supply will receive a huge boost, assuring that his policies are geared towards revamping the economy in the interest of Nigeria, that subsidy removal is like a reborn of Nigeria itself, that we're going to now start off and continue to build the country and get rid of all these few smugglers and a number of others. Just the idea is just to put the government back on the path of growth. But it was quite interesting that they were tagged class of 1999. Initially, I was wondering why class of 1999, but it was really interesting.
This just shows us that we don't grow up. Why are you calling yourself class? You are not even class. You are a governor. If you had called yourself governors of 1999, yes. you are not in school.
So
it's not a classroom.
Yeah, it was a reporter. I'm sure it was the reporter that probably tagged it class off. Yeah. But I doubt it if they call themselves class.
Well, I heard it all over. Everywhere I saw class of 99. Yeah. All the papers have said class of 99. So I believe they came in
and said they are class of 99.
That they call themselves school children.
So why does that nomenclature affect you in any way?
It affects me because grow up. Some of them are in their 60s. They're calling yourself class.
Okay.
Anyway, they were actually governors.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is they were actually governors.
Right, during that period.
And
your nomenclature can actually affect how you perform.
Exactly.
How you view yourself, your mindset and everything. I agree with you, YK.
They're not in government.
They're
not in government. I hope you know that.
Make a story.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I'm just venting. Because you will not do road
YK, take your story.
The second Niger Bridge. They are vandalizing the second Niger Bridge. Nigerians again. The engineer's representative for the second Niger Bridge, Sheyi Martins, has condemned the removal of the fittings from the second Niger Bridge by vandals. He says that maybe it's because of the low turnout on the bridge. Not many people are using the bridge because of the insecurity in the region. So he's giving them time to remove the fittings. But they have assured us that they will beef up security around the bridge to protect it from vandalism. I think it's just very shameful. It's a new bridge. they've been begging for this bridge for
Very long time.
a very long time.
Many
And now you're
years.
vandalizing it. What do we do? How do we reset our brains in Nigeria, please?
Do you
think
notice
they
how
need to
YK
ban-
changes her tone? When she's talking about the people, and when she's talking about God, it was government. Imagine, the government. Where's the people now? You see, let us use our brain now. But I'm just a side comment.
But moving on.
We side commenting there.
Yes.
Don't mind her. She should be side commenting.
I'm just giving you.
But the
so you
point
see-
is,
but yeah, the point is.
maybe YK is feeling like these Nigerians have been brutalized for so long, so there's a level of compassion.
Exactly.
And then, but the leaders have been aggressively punishing us for so long, so
And calling themselves children.
I just helped you.
It means classification. YK.
There's something that was
in the
done.
air, yeah.
So I was trying to, I don't know.
Are you reviewing paper?
Yes, a
Oh,
House
yeah,
of Rep
give me your
member
story.
was
Just to be sure.
a House of Rep member was walked out, or rather
Oh, yeah, the
walked
t-shirt guy.
out because he came with t-shirts and jeans. While everybody knows that
Plenary
there is a dress code for being in plenary or for coming into the floor of the House of Assembly, and the dress code includes that you wear a suit and tie or you wear native with a matching cap. But he showed up with shirt and a t-shirt and jeans, and a member raised the issue for the speaker to address it. But when the man realized what was happening, he stood up and walked out. I wonder why they did not mention his name in this particular paper, Nation, that we're reviewing, because I feel like his name should be mentioned. Not to punish him, just to be sure before people assume he's a young person or he's an old person. Let's
I
just...
saw the picture yesterday.
You should know
Okay.
the dress code now. There's code of conduct for everything.
Let's move on now to the Punch. NLC protests Tinubu's 500 billion naira subsidy palliative, demands 300% pay rise. No Nigerian child should lack education, says Malala. House to investigate 14-year power outage in Ondo communities. Reps probe contract fraud, revenue leaks in Nimasa. After Obasanjo's revelation, Atiku can't label me corrupt, says Ortom. Boards will be kicks as Tinubu offers opposition governors slots. Nigeria redeems $500 million bond despite revenue challenges. And Army Chief orders IPOB raid, publishes Amnesty for bandits. Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Yes, which story are we starting with in Punch?
Yes, I have a story. Let me quickly get it. Yeah, so they said the House of Representatives has resolved to investigate an alleged 14-year power outage in some communities in Ondo State under the jurisdiction of the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, that's the Benin Disco. So this was adoption of a motion by an Ondo APC lawmaker, Odimayo John, at plenary. This happened yesterday. And he alleged that communities in the Irele local government areas of the state, including Ode Irele, Ode Ajaja, Akotogbo, Iyesha.
just move on.
It doesn't matter. You people mention other names too. Murder it. But that's beside the point. I said these communities have been without electricity supply for the past 14 years. And he said the situation had brought untold hardship to a lot of small and medium enterprises. Most of them had to fold up and relocated away from the community. And so they are asking that it has to be reviewed. They are giving them to report back in 8 weeks. Let them really understand why those communities don't have power, why some of them were cut off from the national grid. And hopefully they will be able to resolve the issue.
It's so
Okay.
terrible. It's
It is.
really so terrible. Yeah, I wanted to take that the immediate past governor of Benue State, Samuel Ortom, has said that the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has no moral grounds to accuse him of corruption after what the former President Olusegun Obasanjo said about him. He said he described Atiku as the first presidential candidate in the country to be rejected by key party stakeholders. I guess he's talking about himself and the G4. Was it G? They were G5, so he and the other 4 members. So him and the G4. He says he was going by Atiku's media aides, accusing him of, and the G5 governor, of seeking favors from the ruling party to evade prosecution. He says he has gone to EFCC. Once they invited him, he went there because there have been allegations against him. He has gone. So Atiku saying that he was one of the worst governors in the history, that one is, by the way, that he, Atiku, is the main.
All right. All right, so I have a story here. So Peter Obi has kicked against the offer of the president's, I think it was, according to this report, actually, he kicked against the offer of board slots to state governors, including those elected under the PDP, APM, LP, and other political parties. According to the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, the governor of Kwara State, Mr. Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, he has specified that the APC government will be extending board slots to the former governors from other political parties. However, Peter Obi has kicked against this, saying that it's a gimmick. According to him, I just lost that. Said that that this is a gimmick from the APC government. It's obviously a gimmick, of course. You know that Tinubu and the oppositions are, well, I don't want to use the words. They use some strong words here. I'm trying to pick the right words. But pretty much, but PDP, on the other hand, was saying that Atiku Abubakar was approached. He said that the reaction to that offering is unnecessary. However, SDP said it's a welcome development and it shows commitment of the president to integrate other people within government. So it depends on how you look at it. Others think it's a gimmick. Others are saying it's a good, welcome development.
So, amnesty for bandits have failed. From the chief of army staff, Major General. I can't take it.
Sorry. Let's move on now to Punch. You take it later.
To the Sun.
To the Sun.
Moving on to Sun.
You need water?
Army to governors. Give us free hands to deal with terrorists. Fuel subsidy removal. Tinubu writes National Assembly 500 billion naira for palliatives. Disquiet in APC over 30 billion naira campaign funds. 6 score 1 mark each as NECO releases 2023 common entrance exam results. Navy uncovers sabotage NNPC wellhead in rivers. Energy security, FG to attract $18 billion investments into petroleum sector. Ladoja sues Makinde Olubadan 10 new Obas Attorney General. Okay, which story are we taking in?
So the Nigerian army yesterday talked tough on the menace of terrorists and other criminal ravaging some areas of the country. They said they have intensified operations against bandits, kidnappers, and other criminal groups that are terrorizing the north-central, northwest zones of the country especially. So the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Taoreed Lagbaja, was the one who made this known when he received governors of Zamfara and Plateau States, Dauda Lawal and Caleb, at the Army headquarters in Abuja. And he said that the killings in the zone has become a daily occurrence. The military will no longer fold their hands to watch criminals slaughter innocent citizens. And he warned the criminals to flee the country or have themselves to blame. So he said most of the criminals have been placed on close marking, and they are trying as much as possible to ensure that they do not escape from where they are. So they are tracing them, they are watching them, they are monitoring them, and it will be very difficult for them to attempt to flee the northeast. And the idea is that anyone who chooses to be a criminal will have himself to blame by the time they get a hold of the person and, deal with them. So this is more like a call to all the army chiefs that they have to intensify their efforts in trying to help us get out of these insecurity issues, especially in the north central.
Okay, so in addition to that story, the Chief of Army Staff, which spoke about the fact that bandits, the amnesty for bandits had failed, and he broke it down in that same meeting that in Zamfara State, many of these bandits had been given time, provided with amnesty, but that time given to them gave them opportunity to regroup and even come back and hurt people, and that they are not going to, it is a failed system, it's not going to happen. Then concerning Plateau State, you did take that, because the insecurity challenges within Plateau State said the Plateau State insecurity challenges are localed within 3 local governments, and that it's been ongoing for a very long time. And he was speaking to the governor to say there are many inquiries, they've done, committees have released information that they feel would help the situation, that if the governor really wants to solve the problem, the governor should implement the advice that those committees, the recommendations that had come in. And also mentioned that strengthening there is a set of local security apparatus, that they should strengthen them not to work against the people. And I had to break down this time because Mariam has been taking the story of consistent violence within the Plateau State. It's a farmer-header clash. It's been ongoing for a very long time. And there are recommendations on ground that should be implemented that hasn't been implemented. And the chief of army staff is sending the governor to implement those things and talk to the security people. Let us judge rather than war was the word that used.
In addition, he has also said that the governor should please give him a free hand to do with it.